We'll start on Monday. Monday, the show was on Saturday night. Sunday, I rested. I stood under the shower and shook. Oh. But Monday would come in around 9:30, 10 o'clock, and we talk a little bit. Did you see this show? You saw that? Oh, you saw the Sunday night show. You saw this, you saw that. And then we get down, and we said, did anybody go anywhere? Because that's how we got our material. What happened to you? What happened? Anything happened to you? We did things that happened to everyday people. Because where are you going to get? You can't get off-the-wall material all over the place. You got to have material. What happened to you? Oh, yeah? And like we had one thing where somebody gave him some tickets to go to a show. And he had to call up his wife and say, maybe tonight. So he made a sketch called 6 Tickets. My boss comes and says, Roger, here we are. I got 6 tickets to Snap Your Garter tonight. Opening night, Snap Your Garter. Wow, but it's formal. You got to have a black tie, and it's tonight. These were some visiting firemen. They didn't show up, so they're yours. Now I got to call up friends. And this is the first time we could split the screen, the television screen, have 2 different people on. That was like splitting the atom. It was like, wow, we could have one guy here, one guy there, and talk to each other. Gee, that was something. It was really an innovation, you know. So we used it. And he would call me up, I'd call him up, and then we made it 3. We put a piece of wood over here and put somebody on a stool so it looked 3 ways. So we had it, again, you start to invent. Because if you see a breakthrough, you start to invent on the breakthrough. And this was, he would call me up, I'll call you back, you get my tuxedo, don't forget my cufflinks are in the aspirin box, I'll get you back, I'll pick up your coat, it's in there, you give me the number, I'll come back, and it starts to rain and we're going to go to dinner. So it was a whole mix-up. It all come from one guy said, somebody gave me some tickets to go to a show, just from that. So by talking amongst ourselves, we didn't have time to record because we wrote from 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock at night, every day. Every day. We wrote, Wednesday night, the show had to be finished. Because Wednesday night, everything went to Mimeo in those days. You put it in Mimeo, sets had to be built, costumes had to be made, makeups had to be arranged, sound effects had to be done. All this had to be laid in and routine so that because you have a minute and 10 seconds to change scenes and scenery in this live. A minute and 10 seconds, they would go full stage to full stage. That's like having huge scenery and folding it up, putting it away, and putting up the other scenery. And you've got to hit the marks. And these men were just superb. I mean, these stage hands, they were fantastic. They never made a mistake, and they always had it. I mean, there were marks all over the stage. You couldn't, green, red, blue, pink, bang, bing, bang, boom, 2, 3, 5, 9. And you looked at this stuff and you said, how the hell do they do it, And they looked at us and said, how the hell do you do it? We all looked at each other and said, how the hell do you do it? And it was a respect from the cameramen to from the people who cleaned up. For each other, we each admired each other because they did their job well. If a guy, I remember, I wanted a certain sound effect, and the guy wouldn't come in with, the sound effect man wouldn't come in with the 2 or 3 or 4. He came with 10, came with 15. He showed them, want this one, not this. Because they took pride in their work. I remember the #1 cameraman. He was like king of NBC. You're the #1 cameraman on shows. Wow! And there was a certain pride we took in that, because it was an awful lot of work, and everybody worked hard. And I remember one time it was a slowdown because it was a strike, and they slowed down. Slow down means that they don't frame up the picture. They got to get this. They got to get that. And it started to irritate because, a guy was, you close in on him. So we close in, you know where to stop, but not knowing unless he was told, he went right into you, So it was a slowdown. So I said, wait a minute, and I told Max, I said, I tell you what, why don't we all go out, have a nice long dinner, and then come back and we'll do the show. To hell with the rehearsal. Because it was only making people mad at each other. The guy in the booth would get mad at the cameraman. The cameraman would say, hey, listen, I'm doing what I can do. And I saw the irritation. And we had a great team. I said, the hell with it. The hell with the rehearsal. We'll shoot it on the. They know what it is. They saw it. We did it for them. That show, they missed 2 shots. In the whole show, it must have been an hour and a half. I would say not much, maybe 2,000 or 3,000 shots. Different cuts, bing, bang, boom, boom, boom. They missed 2 shots, which were nothing. And that kept the people together because we showed that, hey, we recognize your feelings. And that was the whole thing. We worked with each other because we were all in the spot. This thing has to go on at 9 o'clock Saturday night, come hell or high water. And that's a different thing than what you got today. I mean, what beautiful stuff today. I mean, you got the time to do it. You can, do this and that.